We don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. We don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. We don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. Well, it don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. We don't trip, we don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. We don't trip, don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. Well, don't trip, don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. Well, you don't trip, we don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. Well, yo, we don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy. You made that up. Right here's the truth, bruh. And that's what it is. It's gonna be like that till I die. And that's how it is. I love God. I praise Him all I can, man. But Netflix get me. Had me taking hours of my life like really. But it's all good. When I watch movies, I know it's understood. That's just fantasy. This is real life. I don't live in fantasies. Just like I said, it's your imaginary friend. I forgot where I was going with that, but we don't trip. We don't trip. 'Cause it's your fantasy world. Well, we don't trip. We don't trip. 'Cause it's your fantasy world. Well, we don't trip. We don't trip. 'Cause it's your fantasy world. Well, we don't trip. We don't trip. 'Cause it's your fantasy world. Well, you know we don't trip. You know we don't trip. You know we don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. Well, we don't trip, we don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. Well, we don't trip, we don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. Well, we don't trip, we don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. We don't trip, we don't trip, 'cause it's your fantasy world. Well, I never ever trip. Well, I try not to trip. I never ever, well, I really hate to trip. Hold on. All right, look here. We don't trip. Hold on. 'Cause it's your fantasy world. Well, we don't trip. We don't trip. 'Cause it's your fantasy world. Well, in reality, I remember growing up in the Rigsbys. Started when I was 3, bruh. Maybe even 2. I grew up out here when I was a kid too. I know what it's like. I got in my first fight at the basket court, man. Man, that's real talk. Had to fight the same dude 4 freaking times, bro. And that's when I won. But only way that I won, 'cause my brother hit his brother with like a gun and made everybody look. Everybody shook. Even the dude I was fighting, bruh. And once he turned his head, I just ran straight up on him and punched him right in the head. I got on his ass because we fighting. And I was supposed to win. And I finally did. And his daddy started telling my brother, man, that's good enough. But this the 4th time. I got beat up 3 times. Real freaking talk, man. My brother made me keep on fighting. Because that's what big brothers do. I remember the time when I was trying to run across this street, son, straight from the Willies. I remember looking one way, bruh. I didn't look the other way. Cause back in the days there wasn't crosswalks, so you can get by. And I'm just a kid trying to get by. My cousin across the street really played cousin, but Joshua was right there, bruh. They counted it out. I knew I couldn't beat my big brother, cause he was too fast, bro. But still, I tried. I got on my ready to run position, bruh. I'm talking. Oh. Lord. I'm talking right there, B. I was over here, a little kid. I think I was 5, bro. I was right here. The first thing I did, I looked that way, bro. I didn't look the other way. My kinfolks, they was right there, man. They counted up to 3. 1, 2, 3. I started running. I really didn't run. I took like 1 step and then I got popped, son. It felt like I did a flip backwards like this. 5 years old. I got right here. Next thing I know, I started running across the street. But I'm looking both ways. I'm looking like both ways. My brother grabbed my candy, man. I had $10 worth of candy and my brother was picking up across the street. And then I ran this way. I'm in shock because I'm only 5 years old, man. I remember getting right here. And some people grabbed me. I think it was my cousins, man. Cause they was right there. They grabbed me and ran me right this way, man. I'm only 5 years old. Man, I never will forget it. It's part of my life, bro. We got in a car right here. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I was like right there. And, and they took me home, bro. We riding through fast, trying to get me to my mama. I would never forget it. It like it was yesterday, cause it's real. It really happened, man. But that's just my story. You got your story. You should tell your story. I never will forget. Just a kid. Anyway, this is my little story.